Але США не лише потенційний посередник в переговорах, це країна, яка надає величезні обсяги допомоги Україні і яка може спонукати нас до того, щоб ми сіли за стіл переговорів. Який меседж ви отримали від Дональда Трампа під час тих контактів, які у вас з ним були? Тобто як він каже? Він каже, я стану президентом і сідайте за стіл переговорів. Як це виглядає?
Я думаю, що він так не каже. Ми незалежна Україна, і мені здається, в час цієї війни наш народ, і я особисто в перемовинах зі Сполученими Штатами Америки і з Трампом, і з Байденом, і з іншими європейськими лідерами довели, що з нами риторика «сідай і слухай» не працюючи. І це не через те, що ми такі, а через те, що так ми повинні відноситись, в принципі, до будь-якої країни, будь-якого народу, будь-якого лідера. Поважати. Це, в принципі, рівність, одна з цих цінностей, за які ми боремося сьогодні.
This is my video update on this Sunday midday, November the 17th, coming to you from Budapest, Hungary. Let's talk about some news. And how about that opening video of Zelenskyy giving an interview to a Ukraine radio station where the man in the green t-shirt, he said that the US cannot force us to sit at the negotiating table. Zelenskyy said, we are an independent country. And the world laughed at that statement. We are an independent country. The US can't force us to do anything. We're an independent country, Zelenskyy said. And Elon Musk, he even commented on this radio interview statement from Zelenskyy, saying he has a sense of humor. That is what Musk said. His sense of humor is amazing. And when Musk posted this on X yesterday, it actually got community noted, saying that Zelenskyy didn't really say that his country is independent, that the US cannot force it to the negotiating table because it is an independent country. There was a community note on that post yesterday. This morning, that community note was removed. Zelenskyy did indeed say this during the interview, the radio interview. He did say, we are an independent country and the US cannot force us to sit at the negotiating table. I don't think he said it exactly in that order, but his statement was along those lines. So I'm not sure why there was a community note, but it has been removed. Anyway, Elon Musk making fun of Zelenskyy, the notion that Ukraine can act independently of the United States, absolutely ridiculous. And during this radio interview, Zelenskyy said that the Trump White House will end the conflict in Ukraine faster than the Biden White House. The Biden White House is trying to keep the conflict going at least until January 20th, and then the Democratic Party is going to blame the Trump White House for Ukraine's collapse. But Zelenskyy did say that a Trump administration would be able to end the war. The radio network that he was talking to is called Suspilnya. It's Ukraine's public broadcasting company, and Zelenskyy said that with the policies of this team, the Trump team, that will now lead the White House, the war will end faster, according to translations of his comments. This is their approach, and it's their promise to their society. Zelenskyy said that he is personally in negotiations with the United States, and with Trump, and with President Biden, and with European leaders. He is in negotiations with everybody. I negotiate with the United States. I negotiate with Trump. I negotiate with Biden. I negotiate with European leaders. I negotiate with the UK. I negotiate with the Prime Minister of UK. This guy Starmer. I negotiate with him also, but I talk to him for 5 minutes and I go to sleep, and then Podolyak has to wake me up because he's so boring. But I negotiate with UK. I negotiate with Argentina, and this man with a big electric saw. Podolyak, what do you call this thing that this man Millet holds all the time? A chainsaw, Mr. President. Yes, I negotiate with a man holding chainsaw. I negotiate with a leader in Canada who goes see Barbie movie. I negotiate with him also. I negotiate with the leader in Germany, with Patch, this pirate guy. I negotiate with the German foreign minister, this lady who is not very good at geometry. Podolyak, she's not very good at geometry, but I negotiate with her too. I negotiate with everybody. What can I say? He negotiates with everyone. Everyone. Biden, Trump, US, EU leaders, everybody. But no one can force him to the negotiating table. No one. Because it's an independent, sovereign country. And he needs to negotiate. He needs to negotiate ASAP because every day things are getting worse and worse for Zelenskyy. Yesterday was a terrible day for Ukraine, for the Ukraine military. We had a huge Russian missile strike throughout all of Ukraine, missiles and drones. The reports are 120 Russian missiles launched throughout all of Ukraine, all of the cities: Kiev, Odessa, Dnipropetrovsk, Kryvyi Rog, Rivne, Poltava, Lviv, Volyn region, and many more cities were hit by Russian missiles and by Russian drones. Some analysts are saying this was the largest missile strike towards Ukraine that we have seen in this entire conflict. Do you notice how with every Russian missile strike, the analysts are saying this is the largest missile strike? The last missile strike, the analysts said this was the largest missile strike. This missile strike yesterday, analysts are saying this is the largest missile strike. We're just seeing more and more Russian missiles and drones hitting Ukraine, and Ukraine air defenses cannot do anything. The target was military infrastructure, but also energy infrastructure, and it does look like the energy infrastructure was hit and heavily damaged. Reports are that there are now widespread emergency blackouts throughout all of Ukraine. Damn, Zelenskyy, call up China and beg Xi Jinping to speak with Putin and figure out a way out of this. That's your only chance. Capitulate. Call China and just capitulate, because it's just going to keep on getting worse and worse. So now the Russians are taking out what remains of the energy infrastructure. And the Russian military continues to advance. They are advancing across the entire front line. Pick a spot, north, south, wherever. They're just advancing everywhere. From Big Surge, Russian forces are in the city centers of Kupiansk, which is incredible, Chasov Yar, Kurakove, incredible. Closing in on Bakrovsk. Brian Berletic did a good breakdown of the Russian advances. And he uses Ukraine live maps, so pro-Ukraine maps, and he shows what the map looked like 30 days ago and what it looks like now, and it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable the pace at which Russia is advancing, and you can see that they're closing in on major cities and logistical hubs like Bakrovsk, and they're encircling them. They're capturing village after village, town after town, and they're just going to encircle cities like Bakrovsk. And then they're going to take it, just like they did with all the other cities that they took: Bakhmut, Avdiivka, Ugledar, etc. So Zelenskyy talks about not sitting at the negotiating table, but the situation is become catastrophic, unwinnable. It's unwinnable for him. His only way out, I believe his only way out would be via China to Russia. The EU leaders are not going to help. The US is pulling out. I mean, you saw the post from Musk. And Musk is by Trump's side pretty much every day now. Wherever you see Trump, you see Musk. And Musk talked to Zelenskyy via phone just a week ago. I wonder if Musk told Zelenskyy capitulate. But the U.S. is gonna leave, man. They're gonna drop out of Ukraine. The Biden White House is trying to get Ukraine to fight on at least until January 20th. And then come January 20th, the Biden White House is gone and they're hoping to pin the blame of Ukraine collapse on Trump. But whatever happens, if Zelenskyy was smart, if he cared about his country, he would call Xi Jinping and ask him to help. But he's not. And the collapse of Ukraine will continue. And now that Russia's going after the energy infrastructure, it's bad news. Bad news for Ukraine. Bad news for the people of Ukraine. Anyway, let's talk about Russian gas and the European Union, huh? Man, Ursula is upset. Ursula's very upset. Look at this title from Bloomberg. Czechs return to Russian gas as cost of alternatives bites. Nation has boosted imports of Russian supplies via Slovakia. Transit deal for flows to Europe via Ukraine is set to expire. Yeah, Europe has a gas problem. They have an energy problem. They have an inflation problem. They have a recession problem. They have a deindustrialization problem. And so they're returning to Russian energy. And they're buying more and more Russian gas. And we had a little bit of an issue with Austria and Gazprom, and this is what triggered Ursula von der Crazy. So, from what I understand, Austria had a deal with Gazprom. I believe it was valued at 230 million to deliver gas to Austria. And Gazprom delivered that gas. And then Austria said, no, we're not going to pay for that gas. And then they went to a European court, and the European court sided with Austria. And then Russia said, okay, you're not going to pay. Well, then no more gas for you. No more soup for you. No more gas for you, Russia said. And Ursula's upset. And she's saying now that Putin is trying to blackmail the European Union because Russia doesn't want to give free gas to the EU. I guess that's defined as blackmail nowadays, according to Ursula. You don't want to give us free gas? You're blackmailing us. You should be giving us free gas, damn it. Anyway, here's what Ursula posted on X. Once again, Putin is using energy as a weapon. He is trying to blackmail Austria and Europe by cutting gas supplies. We are prepared for this and ready for the winter. Gas storage across the EU is full. As I told Karl Nehammer yesterday, Europe stands united in supporting Austria. I don't understand. Ursula should be happy that Russia is cutting off the gas. Last week, she said that she doesn't want any Russian gas or any Russian LNG. She said that last week. Last week in Budapest, at the summit here in Budapest, Ursula told everybody that Europe is done with Russian LNG. We're going to buy cheap LNG from the United States. That's what she said. We're going to buy cheap LNG from the United States. We're done with that Russian gas. And now she's upset because Russia is not delivering gas to Austria, to Europe, and Europe wants that gas for free. Very strange stuff. Here's a post from Yuliana Dlugaj. I think Juliana explains the situation very well. Austria gets $150 million gas bill. Sues Gazprom for $150 million in damages. European court, feeling brilliant, sides with Austria. Austria to Gazprom, ha, my court canceled your bill. Gazprom to Austria, ha, we just canceled your gas. Ursula, why would Russia ever do this? I think that's a good summary of the situation. They take away their gas. Their economy is in tatters, but they take away their gas and they blackmail Europe. Europe demands free gas from Russia. Russia economy tatters. Tatters, I tell you. Gas free. Economy tatters. Free gas. Economy tatters. So the pirate, Olaf Scholz, it looks like before his phone call to Putin the other day, that he got the green light from European leaders, according to Bild. About a month ago, he spoke with the US, France, Great Britain, and he pitched the idea of calling the Putin, and they gave Olaf Scholz the green light. And there's actually a parliament member in Germany, I believe with AfD, who actually said the same thing yesterday. They said that Scholz has to get permission from Biden in order to call Putin. Or no, wait, the AfD parliament member actually said that now that Biden is leaving, Scholz has the permission to call Putin, because before, Biden wasn't giving Scholz permission to call Putin. Anyway, Bild is saying that he ran this across Biden, Macron, and Stammer, calling up Putin, and they said, go ahead. Anyway, the pirate. The pirate has to get permission. Pirates don't get permission from anybody. Pirates don't need permission from anyone unless it's the professor. If it's Professor Biden, then the pirates have to get permission. Even Trudeau, he was at the APEC meeting in Peru, and Trudeau was asked about the Scholz phone call with Putin, and Trudeau, he turned on Zelenskyy, man. Can you guys believe that? Justin Trudeau turned on Zelenskyy. Justin, badass big balls Trudeau, turning on his buddy Zelenskyy. How dare you? How dare you, Justin? Yeah, Justin said that look, we have to start talking to Russians. We have to start winding down the war. That's pretty much what Trudeau said. I forgot the exact quote, the exact statement, but that was what he was getting at. He's like, look, we have to start negotiating. We have to start talking. The war has to come to an end. I never thought I would see it. Zelenskyy's bestie, Trudeau, is talking about negotiating. Unbelievable. What's the world coming to? Well, since we're on the topic of the APEC meeting in Peru, Xi and Biden, they met for I want to go across. How do I get across? I think I go up that way, huh? Xi and Biden, they met for, I believe, what is going to be their final last meeting in Peru. And Biden, well, Biden was happy with all of the diplomacy that happened under his watch. He was very happy with the progress made with China. I don't know what planet Biden lives on, but it's not planet Earth. That's for sure. Sitting next to Biden was, I think that was Sullivan sitting next to Biden, right? Very proud of their accomplishments with China. China, on the other hand, well, I went through their readouts of the meeting that they had with the Biden team, the professor and the foreign policy president of the United States, Jake Sullivan. Go this way. And you can tell that China is happy to be rid of Biden. Their readout is pretty much, thank God we're done with this guy. This guy was just two-faced, talking out of both sides of his mouth. And China, they said, look, we're ready to engage with the Trump administration. That's what they said. They're ready for the Trump administration. And they also said what are their red lines. They outlined their red lines, not so much to Biden, but I imagine going forward. Let me read to you China's red lines, and then we'll cross over the bridge. How we doing on time? Yeah, we're doing all right. Oh, wow. Beautiful statue. The lions that protect Budapest. All right, so the Global Times says, Xi says U.S. must not cross 4 red lines. President Xi Jinping said on Saturday that the Taiwan question, democracy and human rights, China's path and system, and China's development right are 4 red lines for China which must not be challenged. In his meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden on the sidelines of the 31st APEC Economic Leaders meeting in Lima, Peru, Xi also said that the One China principle and the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques are the political foundation of China-U.S. relations. Xi said that contradictions and differences between 2 major countries like China and the United States are unavoidable, but one side should not undermine the core interests of the other, let alone seek conflict or confrontation. It's not only a message to the Trump administration from Xi, but it's also basically Xi telling Biden, this is what you did to us for 4 years. That's basically, this is a very smart message from Xi Jinping. Bravo. One side should not undermine the core interests of the other, let alone seek conflict or confrontation. You were undermining us, Biden, for 4 years. You were speaking out of both sides of your mouth. You would say one thing and do another. And we're hoping that with the Trump administration, that at least we get some straight talk, right? That's what they want. So that's the final meeting between the professor, Joe Bidenopoulos, Greece's favorite son, and Xi Jinping. So speaking about Trump, we are getting some news from the Financial Times that Trump's plan for Iran is going to be maximum pressure. That's the plan, according to the FT. Trump team aims to bankrupt Iran with new maximum pressure plan. Sanctions. That's what they're going to do. To try and bankrupt Iran. Not going to work. Not going to work because there's a thing called BRICS. Not going to happen. If Iran was able to withstand all of the sanctions before BRICS, it'll be just fine now with what the FT says is going to be a maximum pressure plan from Trump. We'll see. We will see if the FT's reporting is accurate. I have my doubts with the FT and their various plans coming from the Trump administration, or at least what they claim is the Trump administration. These are usually officials or sources that have some contact with the Trump administration, but nothing is coming from Trump himself. We also had from the Iranian Foreign Ministry a denial that the meeting between Musk and the Iranian ambassador to the UN took place. The Iranian Foreign Ministry says didn't happen. That's why I take all of these reports from the FT, Trump's plan for Ukraine, Trump's plan for Iran, the New York Times saying that Musk met with with Russian officials. Musk met with Iranian officials. Trump had a phone call with Putin. Man, what is going on? The Iranian Foreign Ministry says this meeting never happened. Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe it did. I don't know. But the Foreign Ministry, they denied this meeting. And they're saying these are false reports from U.S. media outlets. That is what the Foreign Ministry said. So the collective West media, the mainstream media, they're reporting a whole lot of things about Trump and foreign policy, and with each report, we're getting denials. Whether it's Russia, whether it's Iran, all we're getting are denials. So, should we get to a clown world? Oh, Musk, he also said that the Democratic Party senators that sent a letter out for an investigation to take place against Musk because allegedly Musk spoke to Putin. Well, he did speak to Putin once, but the allegation is that he's speaking with Russian officials. And so they want to investigate Musk, try to get a Michael Flynn, Russiagate narrative going. Musk said that don't try it. He posted on X something along the lines of he's going to nuke or take care of any senators that try to go against him and try to get some sort of Russiagate, Michael Flynn thing going. Musk threatens to nuke people behind Russia-linked smears. The Tesla CEO was reacting to a letter signed by 2 U.S. Democratic Party senators. Yeah, it's a good idea for Musk to put a post out like this, to say, don't even try to go after me. Don't try to pull a Michael Flynn 2.0 on me, a Russiagate. What are we on? Russiagate 6.0 now? Don't even try it. He's getting ahead of it, and that's good. Get ahead of it, and don't let them try to smear you and try to derail his work with Trump. That's what they're trying to do. Trying to take him out before he even gets started, because they're panicking over the Doge, the DOGE. They are panicking. The last thing they want to see happen is to see the money that they get dry up. So Maria Zakharova, she was busy yesterday. Oh, by the way, did you see the UFC match with Dana White coming out with entering the arena with Trump, Musk, Gabbard, and RFK Jr.? What does that tell you about Trump's team? When I see that photo, when I see them entering, that video of them entering the arena, I look at those individuals and say, that's Trump's core team. Gabbard, RFK Jr., Musk. Anyway, Maria Zakharova. We were talking about Maria Zakharova. She was busy yesterday. Very busy. And this is coming from Mario Nawfal. He says, Russia to Dems. How about investigating Biden rather than Elon? After Democratic senators called for an investigation into Elon's supposed contacts with Russia, his foreign ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said, I would like to advise Democratic senators to investigate the murder of their fellow party member, President Kennedy, as well as members of his family who were cut down to the roots. For half a century, American officialdom has been pretending not to understand what we are talking about. In parallel, they could begin investigating the corruption of another of their party members and his family, Biden, and his criminal ties to the Kiev regime and sponsoring terrorism. That is what Maria Zakharova posted on social media. Wow. And Zakharova, she also responded to Annalena 360's statement that long-range missiles, Taurus missiles, must be given to Ukraine now. That was Annalena's demands. She said, long-range missiles, Taurus missiles now. The French have given their missiles. The UK has given their missiles. She said all of the collective West have given long-range missiles, ATACMS, etc. She says it's Germany's turn now to give over the long-range missiles. And Zakharova, she posted a huge post on social media. We're talking like 5-6 paragraphs talking about how Germany, the German government, continues to use taxpayer money to take care of Nazi military barracks or military barracks named after Nazis and graves. They maintain graves of where Nazis are buried, stuff like that. It was long. It was a long post, but I was going through what she wrote, and the first thing that I thought of is Annalena's not going to read all of that. Annalena's not going to read 5-6 paragraphs. Is she capable of reading 5-6 paragraphs? I don't think so. So it was a pretty amazing post from Zakharova. I mean, it was long, but I don't know. I don't think her audience, Annalena Baerbock, is going to take the time to go through it. Anyway, let's do some clown worlds. Wrap this video up. So the Pentagon is saying that Ukraine is corrupt. The Pentagon warns that the Ukraine military, is a hotbed of corruption. My nose is running. Is a hotbed of corruption. That is what the Pentagon is warning. Yeah, the Pentagon, they failed 7 audits. 7 audits in a row the Pentagon failed. And just the other day, they put out an announcement saying that from today up until January 20th, before Biden leaves office, the Pentagon is going to spend all the money that they have in their budget allocated to Ukraine. They're going to make sure they get everything, every last dollar to Ukraine. That's what the Pentagon said yesterday. And now they're coming out with a statement saying that the military in Ukraine is corrupt. Make it make sense, man. You failed 7 audits, Pentagon. If you failed 7 audits and you're coming out and saying that Ukraine is corrupt, man, that's saying quite a lot about the Ukraine military. Unbelievable statement. Unbelievable. Petro Poroshenko, the chocolate king, he is now 25 times richer since 2022. 25 times richer. Wonder how that happened. The chocolate king. And that's it. That is it. A lot of people are leaving Twitter, a lot of celebrities. Stephen King said he's leaving X, Twitter X. Don Lemon said he's leaving Twitter X. Joy Reid said she's leaving Twitter X. Wow, man, they're all leaving Twitter X. And they said they're going to go to Facebook. What is it even called, man? Facebook Strings? What did the Zuckbot call his Twitter clone, his copy? Threads. Facebook Threads. They're going to go on to Threads. Man. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. theduran.locals.com. We are on Rumble, ODYSEE, BitChute, Telegram, Rockfin, and X. Go to the Duran shop, pick up some merch. Like the t-shirt I'm wearing in this video. The link is in the description box down below. Take care.